Coming up next, the Bookening takes the day off. In fact, record scratch. Never used a record scratch yet. Thought about it a lot. Just had an opportunity to do one. Now, a person that is amused by that. He's over there. He's Jake Menzel, the pastor, who's a master of reading. How'd you like that big, amusing cartoon record scratch, Jake?
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got myself into this situation.
Everything freezes. We zoom in on Jake slowly.
Today I'm the pastor who's a master of being lazy and eating lots of turkey.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right. Getting those, what's that, triptychs? What's
Tryptophan.
Tryptophan.
I'm a fan of the tryptophan.
You a tryptophan, Brandon?
I'm a tryptophan.
Yeah, today you are. You're eating some turkey.
It's got to be a T-shirt.
I'm a tryptophan?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably is a t-shirt.
If not,
this is money there,
Yeah,
guys.
here we go. We'll ride the gravy train.
Oh.
Yeah.
We went from Halloween puns to
Thanksgiving puns for the win.
Thanksgiving fun for the win. Now you guys got to admit, I know we have mixed feelings about puns among our listenership, even among our.
I hate puns so much.
I wasn't going to point any fingers, but Jake's not such a big fan of the puns. It's not like I think they're funny. I'm approaching them with postmodern irony. I'm the truly cool person.
Makes them more hateful.
I know, but then you have to approach it on a triple level of irony where you enjoy the hatefulness. I don't know. Look, the pun is not a bad form. It's just ill used. If we've all got an Uncle Bob that makes puns and he thinks they're funny and he's just the lamest person and we don't like Uncle Bob and it's like, shut up, don't try and pull another nickel out
Has
of
there
my
been
ear.
anybody not named Groucho Marx that has used puns well?
Shakespeare? Mm-hmm. No, say Shakespeare.
Okay, fine. I concede. You win. That is where my argument falls.
I thought you were going to go a pun.
So this is Thanksgiving. We could say that's where your argument falls fat because people eat a lot of food on Thanksgiving.
Where my argument rolls to the ground, maybe.
These just keep getting butter and butter.
We're just going to keep stuffing this full of puns.
Yeah.
We're awfully saucy here today.
Yes. See, guys,
It's happening.
the Thanksgiving pun waters are fine. I can't think of any more Thanksgiving-related puns. You guys are taking the mantle from me, though. I dropped it, and, who is there? Jake, he's like the guy in the movie. He's like the guy in the movie.
That movie, yeah.
Yeah, every movie. There's the guy, he's like, you don't know whether he's going to come through or not. You think, Nathan, he's out there. He's a hero. He's making puns. We love him. He's our favorite. But if Nathan is struck down, will Jake be there for him? Well, you just had your answer.
He would be.
Thank you, guys. You made my Thanksgiving. So, what's up, fellas? Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I don't know if this episode's this episode's definitely not coming out on Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Are there any Thanksgiving Eve songs? No.
Are there any Christmas
Poems?
Eve songs? Is there any Christmas?
Yeah, Silent Night.
'Twas the night before Christmas.
Yeah.
Plenty of Christmas Eve songs.
We'll compose one for you now. We'll go in a circle. 'Twas the night before Thanksgiving Eve.
Went all through the kitchen.
All the stomachs were itching.
Go ahead.
Well, now, Jake, you've set me up for failure. You've correctly assumed I would be the kind of person that would take the bait. And yet, I can't. For the sake of the families that listen to it. We know there's at least one family that listens to this podcast. They gather around the hearth. They have podcast playing equipment connected to their hearth. It's like how I like to imagine it. I'm not going to do it, folks. I'm not going to do it.
Just hamming it up.
Hamming it up. Honestly, we're just popping by to say happy Thanksgiving because we're not doing an episode this week. We're taking the week off. Right, Brandon?
Yes, we are.
We're taking the week off. Are we allowed to take the week off, Brandon?
We can do whatever we want.
We can do whatever we want. That's right. So happy Thanksgiving, doll. You guys got some exciting Thanksgiving plans. Jake, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? What are you doing as people listen? It's Thanksgiving Eve?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's October.
No, it's not. It's Thanksgiving Eve. We record these the day that they're released.
Right. Well, I really don't know because my in-laws just moved to Kentucky and normally we would be in Evansville right now and ready to have Thanksgiving at several different places. And this year we may be in Kentucky, we may be in Evansville, who knows?
I want to say Kentucky, but I'm not going to do it. In deference to Jake's hatred of puns, and in deference to the fact that that's a particularly terrible one, I will not say Kentucky.
Kentucky.
But Brandon will.
Yeah.
Well, Jake, come back to you in a second. First, I'm going to ask Brandon, what are you doing for Thanksgiving, my friend?
Lots of family coming up.
Oh, are you hosting?
Yeah.
They'll be in your house, and
It will be.
there'll be turkey a frying,
I think
and
my aunt and uncle are coming.
ah,
I think a certain young man that we all know and his family might be joining
a
us.
certain young man that you all know and his family. Huh. Well, there you go. What's your favorite Thanksgiving food, Brandon? And least favorite? The people want to know.
I like stuffing.
Oh, come on.
You don't like stuffing?
No. Who likes stuffing? Jake, do you like stuffing?
Sure. It's not something I wouldn't put it in my top.
You want me to be brutally honest?
Yeah, be brutally honest.
I'm not a big Thanksgiving food fan.
You're not a big Thanksgiving food fan.
No.
I'm a fan of the alternate Thanksgiving foods. So my two favorite things, I like smoked ham, which is your alternative to turkey, or I love a really well done deep fried turkey. But those are not very common things to come across at Thanksgiving. But those are the best. Those are the best things.
Yeah. So if we're talking about non-traditional things, we smoke a duck usually.
Ah, yes.
And that's pretty amazing.
Smoked duck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is good. Yeah. Well, I think it seems like what we're circling around is the fact that turkey is just kind of
Blah.
It's
dry.
lame. You have to do a really good job to have good turkey. And
But there's no such thing as a slice of turkey that you would eat just like with no gravy or salt, or not completely doctored into something where the primary flavor profile is coming from all the stuff that you do with it.
That's right.
yeah, there's some things you can do. You can cook them upside down on their breasts, and that helps. If you're going to bake them in the oven or whatever. But yeah, deep fried turkey. If you're going to have turkey, deep fried turkey is the way to go.
I've not had deep fried turkey, but I'm
It's
sure
the way to go.
Yeah, but deep fried dirt is also good. So I'm
That's
still
right.
not going to give any points to turkey based on that.
Man, I want to go down to Evansville's Fall Festival so bad.
They got some deep fried,
Everything.
like the deep.
It's the second largest street festival in the country.
When is it?
It's first week of October.
Is there
And
just a guy with a deep fryer and like fun-sized candy bars and stuff like that, or
No. You have to think. This is the second largest street festival in the country, second only to Mardi Gras. It's like hundreds of thousands of people descend in their trucks, and state fair food, but better and more. You can get deep fried Oreo cookies, and
that sounds super awesome. It's fun.
it's super
Will it be
awesome
going
and
on
fun.
Saturday?
It's amazing rides. What'd you say?
Will it be going on Saturday?
Do you want to go down?
I might go down.
We could go down and take our kids together.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
It is like it's a lot of fun. It's a carnival. It's the carnival of, the games, the rides, it's cool. And live music and crazy awesome exotic food. And
Every time I go to Evansville, I like that city more.
down on Franklin Street.
Okay, yeah, I know that.
Is there a carousel that will add a year to your life for every time you revolve around it?
If ever there was one, it would be there.
Is there a tattooed man that wants to swallow your soul? Probably.
Probably,
Yeah,
yes.
probably.
Probably, yes. Whether he's capable, as capable as the illustrated man, is another question.
Another question. That sounds like fun. What were we talking about?
Food.
Food. So your favorite, you don't like traditional, you don't like the potatoes with the gravy and the stuff.
Mashed potatoes would probably be my least favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What about
What?
smashed potatoes?
What's wrong with you?
Well, if you have good gravy and they're good potatoes.
Yeah, well, duh. We're not talking about instant potatoes.
Oh, well, then fine. My least favorite, probably
If I say
green. I'm never a fan of green bean casserole.
Oh no, green bean casserole's gross. It's got that white gunk or whatever. What is the flavor in green bean casserole? It's the worst.
Yeah.
Green bean casserole is lame. Cranberry sauce is lame. I think I'm with you. I never really thought about this before.
Anna makes good sweet potatoes.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm sure she does what can be done with sweet potatoes to perfection, but sweet potatoes is an unredeemable piece
This
of
is
vegetation
a
as far as
debate
I'm
that
concerned.
I have in my house every year. So about Thanksgiving, just never been a big fan of the food.
I know what you mean. Corn. It's a nice starchy thing. If there's corn, I'm happy, but it's not that exciting. Yams. Yuck.
Yeah.
Yams are the worst. I think I'm with you, Jake.
Yeah.
Well, this is depressing.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. You guys going to watch some football?
You betcha.
You going to watch some football, Brandon?
If we can stream it.
Oh, that's right. Is that your place?
I don't have cable.
You don't have cable.
Traditionally, we would watch football. Yes.
Traditionally, you would watch football. You're going to watch the Macy's Day Parade. Do people still watch
Traditionally, we would watch the Macy's Thanksgiving
that? Oh, yeah,
Day
that's
Parade.
right. Same answer. Jake, you going to watch the Macy's Day Parade?
Probably.
Your kids like watching that Macy's Day Parade? I don't remember ever being all that interested in the Macy's Day Parade as a kid. I remember being kind of like, okay, be cool if I was
never
there.
really cared.
Something
I mean,
that
it's
happens.
more like kids wake up in the morning at Grandma and Grandpa's house and
It's on.
it's on.
Right.
Yeah.
So it kind of has nostalgia value. It has like that magical value of, oh, well, it's a thing that,
Yeah.
Sure, it's awesome if you're in New York City.
yeah, sure. I mean, seeing a giant Snoopy or whatever in real life is cool. Seeing one on even the highest definition of TVs is not as cool. Well, I don't know what I'm going to be doing for Thanksgiving. I think I'll be at, if tradition holds, I'll be at somebody's house eating Thanksgiving food, probably sitting there awkwardly, not quite knowing what to say. Yay, Thanksgiving!
Yay.
Favorite Thanksgiving book, Jake or Brandon? Are there any Thanksgiving books?
I don't think there are.
Um,
I can't think of any.
got nothing.
What's the one book? Let's say there's some loser that's listening to this podcast. We know obviously no losers listen to this podcast, but let's say, just as kind of a hypothetical thought experiment, let's say a loser listened to this podcast. They don't have any friends. They got nothing to do for Thanksgiving. They're just going to read a book. What book should they spend Thanksgiving reading?
Well, if they haven't finished Dubliners yet,
That's true.
Yeah.
Poor loser. They have to read Dubliners. I like Dubliners, but that's their Thanksgiving reading?
Yeah, The Dead is about a kind of a feast, holiday feast day.
Let's say it's going to make them feel worse. They're a loser on Thanksgiving
Yeah.
who's
they
reading a
could
book.
skip ahead till we have faces.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, go read Till We Have Faces.
or you know what you can do? You can listen to fine podcasts. You can spend the Thanksgiving with Jacob Menzel, Brandon Chastain, and Nathan Alberson. There's 50, like over 60 episodes now. Maybe
That's a
even
lot
we're
of
into
hours,
the 70s now.
Yeah, well, you could check out any of our other fine podcasts. The Sound of Sanity. We're in the middle right now. Our 4th podcast, Monumental.
Monumental. It's got the ladies, and they talk about things, and they tell really dramatic stories of their lives and the turning points in their lives. You can listen to that. I don't know what episode we're on this week, but I dare say it's one that'll encourage your faith and all that sort of thing. I spent all day editing Monumentals today. It was, they were powerful. So you could do that. You just watch TV or something.
You could?
Gear up for Christmas.
Gear up.
There you go. Put up your Christmas lights.
The most wonderful time of the year. Well, I don't know if I actually ever said this. We're not doing an episode this week. We're just doing this kind of stuff. So if you've been hitting if you're one of the people that likes to get to the context and everything, and you hit your fast 15 button, you're going to get all the way to the end, and you'll find out, it was a trick. We never talked about anything. It was just one of these. In your face. Jake, what are you most thankful for this year? That's related to books in the Bookening.
Related to the last year of the Bookening, I am maybe most thankful for. I don't know. I'm gonna be a toss up between My Antonia and Something Wicked This Way Comes. I enjoyed those books and was surprised by them.
Yeah, if you actually just want both, if Thanksgiving, of course, as we know, an American holiday. If you want to think just great slices of Americana, both of them in their own ways. My Antonia, something that's an actual good answer to what you should spend Thanksgiving reading if you really don't have anything better to do. Brandon, what book-wise, Bookening-wise, what are you most thankful for this year, my friend?
I'm thankful for the discussion we had on G.K. Chesterton. Just getting to remember him and reflect on his wit and wisdom.
The great G.K. Chesterton,
Yeah.
Gilbert Keith Chesterton, the Prince of Paradox.
And
We'll have to come back and actually do one of his books.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we will. I really liked I think I said this, so I really liked something I said in those podcasts, which is we should do The Man Who's Thursday. Maybe in 2019 we'll do that, just because it's a really good book with an ending that makes me really mad, as I think I expressed in no uncertain language in those podcasts. But it'd be interesting to come back to it as an adult. We'll do that at the very least. Maybe one day. Like we've said before, you go on to patreon.com/The Bookening. You give us $100, you could make us do orthodoxy or something like that. We probably have some interesting thoughts about that. Let's see, what am I most thankful for? Well, I'm most thankful for Pastor Jacob Menzel. He's right there. And Brandon Chastain. My two good friends. They come here late at night. They're willing to put aside a couple hours every month to just talk about literature with me. It means a lot. And I do enjoy doing these podcasts with them so much. So thank you, Brandon, and thank you, Jake.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Nathan.
Thank you. I'm thankful for you too.
Yes.
I said thank you.
He said thank you. It was enough. All right, folks. Like we're taking this week off, so hope you enjoyed a little bit of silly Thanksgiving conversation. If you didn't, then there's just not a lot I can do for you. You probably need to have a more thankful heart is what you need to do. You need to be thankful for great podcasts. Thankful for conversational podcasts where good friends talk about books and sometimes just talk about Thanksgiving. Thankful for the Indians, or Native Americans as I like to call them. Thankful for our great president, Brandon. He's building that wall. He's saying wonderful things on Twitter.
The Dallas Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys. We're thankful for the Dallas Cowboys. We're thankful for Lucasfilm. They released the trailer for The Last Jedi, and boy...
Did they?
Well, no. As of this
They will have. They better have.
Yeah.
They better have.
And it was great, wasn't it, guys?
Yeah.
What did you think about that...
One scene.
That one scene.
It was wow.
Yeah, I don't know if they need to do that in a Star Wars movie.
Oh, yeah, man. That was questionable.
No. The joke, if you don't get it, is that at the time of this recording, the Star Wars trailer hasn't dropped yet, but it's dropping very soon. I'm told by Jacob Menzel it's dropping on the 16th of October.
No, that's
wishful thinking.
There's no date for...
Oh, shoot.
But we're awfully close to the movies release.
Yeah, it's got to drop soon. Come on, Star Wars.
Drop soon.
All right, folks. Thanks for listening to the Bookening. We'll see you next week for...
Superman?
Yeah, I don't know why. You can go watch the Superman movies for Thanksgiving.
Raiders would have been a nice callback.
Oh, yeah.
Bookening Today wasn't really written or produced by anybody. Thanks for listening. Happy Thanksgiving.